And welcome back to our final segment of the Arnette Report, where we are so blessed to have Peggy Kimmey, part of the John Maxwell Group, with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeff. My pleasure to be here.
Now, there are some people out there that may be living under a rock or in a cave, and they don't know who John Maxwell is. Give us the overview about him.
John Maxwell, the leadership guru, world-renowned expert, and prolific writer. He has this heart for helping the leaders come out and grow and share and connect. And recently, he's realized that he wants his legacy to continue, that he wants to reach out after he's slowed down a little bit. So he's begun to take people in and teach them, coach them, let them be maybe not quite mini Johns, but that idea. So he's brought us together so that we can learn at his feet. The real, how would John say it, and bring that real persona to leadership training.
So Peggy Kimmey is essentially a disciple of John Maxwell.
Oh, yes, okay.
So tell us a little bit about your specific training and counseling that you like to do.
I came to John Maxwell and the program, I was looking for something else, a certification to add to my name, but I've always been passionate about communications. I love to help people be comfortable in situations like this, in front of the camera, in front of audiences, even networking. So first love is communication, public speaking, interpersonal communications, and things like that. And because this base of leadership is communication, it was just a very natural fit when I found the Maxwell program.
Well, you know what I find interesting is how many people's in positions of leadership don't practice or get a coach to help them with their presentation skills. And so essentially they're practicing on their clients and prospects. Not a good idea, is it?
I don't think so. I enjoy helping, whether it's the leadership in an organization and they're managing and communicating to their employees. If they can't inspire and guide, that if they're just being the boss, they're not going to be as effective. And certainly when they're making a sales presentation or simply talking about their company, to another organization, or the board of directors. You need to have a presence. You need to be able to effectively communicate your ideas and your vision, because leadership is, it's not a push and it's not a pull, it's an invitation.
I like that concept. You know, I was just thinking about the business side of what you do. I mean, I think it's great that you're helping some of these guys learn how to, and local women who are in positions of leadership, to speak better, to deliver their messages better so that they're more well received. But at the same time, I'm wondering from a business standpoint, how do you go about doing your marketing and advertising?
I do enjoy marketing. It's, well, public speaking. So it's publicly getting to talk about my information, whether it's talking or in print. So I still do some snail mail. I do mailings to local organizations. I have a newsletter that folks can opt in for, and that's a way for me to communicate and stay in touch and stay top of mind. My blog is presentationpointersblog.com. So I'm constantly putting out tidbits and help, and that's good advertising. I'm active with LinkedIn, so I like the social media, do a little bit with Twitter and Facebook, but the LinkedIn is especially probably more my sweet spot because it's more business oriented. And really the other piece is doing presentations. My best marketing for me is workshops and seminars for free, so they get a taste and a feel for what I do.
Well, that's great. And so they can go to your website and find out about some of the events that you're speaking at?
Absolutely, in my calendar.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. When you think about some of your local success stories, you know, could you give us like a sample of one?
Ooh. One, only one.
Pick one.
Pick one. One of my individuals that I have coached successfully, she's in the financial world, financial planning and banking and money. It's a very solid and it's got a lot of restrictions in what she can and can't say and how she says what she says. So to be able to help her in her networking and make banking and financial planning more real and more inviting. So I worked with her on her elevator pitch, her introduction for networking. And she found that using my suggestions, she's able to keep people engaged and get them interested and like her enough that they come up afterwards and they talk to her and they say, I want to know more about what you do. She said, that never happened before. So that's
great.
a success.
What are some of the common problems or issues that leaders typically have that they don't even realize sometimes?
I'd say a piece that's really foundational that people need to know and they don't is to be a good leader, to be a solid leader. You see I'm doing this kind of body language here. That's supposed to be a firm foundation. And they need to go inside and know what their foundation is. They need to know where their base is, where their values are. They need to know, where is that line that I'm not going to cross, that I'm not going to do when asked, or, what will I do? What am I for? What am I against? Because when problems come up, when difficult conversations need to be had, or decisions need to be made, and they don't have the information, they still have to make a decision, they have to be solid, and then they have to be able to direct. If they're wishy-washy, they're not going to be able to lead their organization.
That's great. Well, it's Peggy Kimmey Consulting, part of the John Maxwell Group, and Peggy is at the Holiday Inn all this week. No, she's not. But she's in the area. You're so fortunate that most of the time she's not on travel, she's local, so be sure to check with her. And I'd like to thank you for dropping by the Arnette Report. And thanks for stopping in.